In a valley where the wind whispered through ancient cedars, there lived a man named Kaelen. While the other villagers spent their days chasing more gold, more land, more praise, Kaelen spent his days weaving simple rugs by the river. What set Kaelen apart wasn't his rugs, but his eyes. They were like deep, still pools of water. No matter if a storm washed away his crops or a traveler spoke a harsh word to him, Kaelen remained undisturbed. One day, a merchant named Jace, who was famous for his wealth but notorious for his misery, approached Kaelen. Jace's face was a map of stress lines, and his hand shook as he held a silken purse. "Kaelen," the merchant sighed, sitting on a sun-warmed rock, "I have traveled the world. I have bought every medicine, every luxury, and every charm. Yet I am in constant pain, not of the body, but of the soul. Tell me, how do I end this suffering forever? I will pay any price." Kaelen didn't look up from his loom immediately. He finished a row of indigo wool before speaking. "Suffering is not a guest that enters your house uninvited, Jace. It is a fire you keep feeding with your own breath." Jace frowned. "How can you say that? When my ships sink, I suffer. When my rivals succeed, I suffer. These are things outside of me." The two arrows, Kaelen stood up and invited Jace to the riverbank. He picked up a small, sharp pebble. "Imagine," Kaelen said, "that you are walking through the woods and a stray arrow hits your arm. It hurts, doesn't it?" "Of course," Jace replied. "That is the first arrow," Kaelen explained. "It is the pain of life. It is the sickness, the loss, the rain on a wedding day, or a broken bowl. It is unavoidable. But then most people take a second arrow and shoot themselves in the exact same spot." Jace looked confused. "Who would do such a thing?" "You do," Kaelen said gently. "The second arrow is your reaction. It is the why did this happen to me? It's not fair. I'll never be happy again, and everything is ruined. The first arrow is physical or situational pain. The second arrow is the suffering. You cannot always stop the first arrow, but the second one is entirely in your hands." The secret of resistance. Jace sat in silence, watching the water flow over the jagged rocks. "So to end suffering, I must stop complaining?" "It goes deeper," Kaelen replied. "Suffering is the gap between what is and what you want it to be. When it rains and you want sun, you suffer. When you are old and you want to be young, you suffer. To end suffering forever, you must close that gap. You must learn to say yes to the present moment exactly as it is. But if I just accept everything, I'll never change anything." Jace argued. Kaelen smiled. "Acceptance is not laziness. If you fall into a hole, acceptance is saying, 'I am in a hole.' Once you accept that reality, you can calmly look for a ladder. But if you spend your energy screaming at the hole or wishing the ground hadn't opened up, you stay at the bottom, exhausted by your own anger. Acceptance is the clearest lens through which to take action." The ever-changing river Kaelen pointed to the rushing water. "Look at this river. It never tries to hold on to the water that is already past. It doesn't fear the water that is coming. It simply flows. To end suffering, you must realize three truths. 1. Nothing is permanent. Every bad feeling is a cloud passing through the sky. You are the sky, not the cloud. 2. You are not your thoughts. Just because a thought says, 'I am a failure,' doesn't mean it is true. It is just a noise in your head. 3. The now is all there is. Suffering lives in the past, regret, or the future, anxiety. in this exact breath right now, are you okay? Jace took a deep breath. For the first time in years, he noticed the scent of the cedars and the warmth of the sun on his neck. He realized that in this precise moment, he wasn't losing money or fighting rivals. He was just breathing. The new path Jace didn't become a monk or give away all his wealth, but he returned to the city a changed man. When a shipment was late, instead of screaming at his clerks the second arrow, he simply said, "The ship is late. What is our next best move?" He learned that while he couldn't control the world, he was the absolute master of his own mind. He stopped feeding the fire of what if, and started planting the seeds of what is. Years later, people would look at Jace and ask him why he was always so calm, even when things went wrong. He would simply smile and tell them, "Pain is a part of life, but suffering is a choice. I simply stopped shooting the second arrow